Hey, what's going on guys? Today we are going to talk about partial range of motion versus full range of motion. Which one is better for more gains? So put simply, range of motion is the distance a joint can be moved. And it is very popular to see these days people training with the partial range of motion. However, the majority still thinks that training with full range of motion is better and will produce more gains than training with the partial range of motion. And that's true because this review from 2021 showed that full range of motion training is more effective than the partial range of motion for muscle strength and hypertrophy, especially for the lower limb. Because if your goal is strength, you need to always prioritize full range of motion training. However, there is specificity for exercises. Like let's say on a squat, full range of motion does not mean going deep and doing full ass to crest squats, which will round your lower back and will not improve your strength. You need to be at the hardest portion of your lift. Let's say on a squat that would be a parallel, and then lifting from there and going deeper than that to the point where you will round your lower back, or rows when you will lean forward too much and go back too much doesn't really do anything. So that means full range of motion isn't always the case, especially for the strength-based exercises like deadlifts, where you will use sumo deadlifts and you will slightly cut the range of motion but you will lift more weight, or on a bench press when you will bench with the arc, that would cut a range of motion a little bit, but there the goal is to lift more weight. And as a general rule of thumb, you need to be at a point where you will feel a good stretch and then lifting from there without breaking the form. So based on the data that we have, we can say that training with full range of motion, or at least from the stretched position, is critical for maximizing hypertrophy. We know that in order to trigger hypertrophy though, we need to apply tension to our muscles. And let's say on a side lateral raises, the isolation exercise, the hardest portion is this middle range, and when our arm is here, there is no tension. So by cutting range of motion a little bit and lifting from here when there is tension is going to maximize your gains. And the same thing with bicep curls. You got zero tension on your bicep when the elbow is fully extended, and by cutting a couple inches, you feel that tension instantly. I don't think that training with partial range of motion all the time is a good idea, but it doesn't mean that they cannot have their place in a complete workout program. Partial reps can be done at the end of your full range of motion sets, down to failure, as a finisher advanced intensity technique. This is what I like to do with the seated leg curls. Once I reach failure, I do long length partials where my hamstrings are in this stressed position, because there I can apply maximum tension on the muscle and grow them more. And randomized control trials according to European Journal of Sports Science show that partial range of motion training in the initial phase, meaning doing partials in the stressed position or so-called long length partials of the knee extension exercises, promoted greater relative hypertrophy in certain muscle regions than training in other range of motion configurations. As a general rule of thumb, always training with full range of motion will give you the most results. You need to find range of motion what feels comfortable for you based on your mobility. For example, on the squats, if you can't squat deeper than parallel, then there is no reason to try to go deeper. You will get the same results because squats tend to be hardest at the parallel level, and going deeper won't give you much of anything. So that's it. I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, please subscribe to my channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss any video. Dedicate your life to your purpose, and bye brother.